school now versus where we need to be. So, before I go into any data, I do want to ground us back in our two fundamental beliefs. I'll give you the first one and the second one.
All children are capable of learning.
All adults are responsible for outcomes.
Thank you. Today's session is about ownership. It is not about blame. It is about thinking about the part that each of us plays as educators and where we are, and also getting really clear on what must be different in our actions, beliefs, and mindsets as we move towards the outcomes that our students deserve. So, this is where we're starting as a whole school. For our round 2 of benchmarks, kindergarten and second grade both showed growth across all of their leading indicators that they have for and at the same time, kindergarten is the only grade in our school that is on track for meeting their end of year goals.
Period.
So that's the 2 things. One, we're super proud of kindergarten for the traction that we're making, and also we are seeing growth. We need to compound that growth on forward. But as I look at this data, I also want to think about where were we last school year as well. So in the yellow is our end of year performance for our June benchmarks. Right here is where we are currently. There was a reaction. Ms. Mercado, what did you say?
You said nice, bro. A shocking word
For what?
for that 9% end of the year. The yellow, second grade, I'm looking at second grade.
Okay. For where we ended, but what does that tell you compared to where we are now?
Tells me a lot. We're halfway through the year. This is what, a full 9 months of teaching. Something didn't align right. We didn't reach our goals. And halfway through the year, we're closer to our end of the year goals than we were at the end of the year last year.
That is the trend across the board. Right now, we are already performing at a higher rate than we did last year at the end of the school year. We are going up across the entire board. So this is also signaling something else to me. That 80% goal post that I set, this is where we're going to be for our ELA state test. This is the goal for accounting chart, 80%. That's not good enough. Because we're already showing that we are growing and we can grow faster. So here are our 2 new goals for where we are going. Even though they're 3rd and 4th grade facing, the 90% still stands for across the board. Mr. Rodden, you got the first one, and Ms. Augustine the second.
Goal 1, 90% of testing students earn a 3 or higher on New York State exam.
90% of testing students score a 70% more on the mock exam for ELA and math.
90%. Let me go back. 9% in June, 21% in January. In October, it was back at 3%. This is showing that we are growing. We're going to continue to grow rapidly, but the thing that is needed is for us to get really clear on what are the exact inputs, what are the exact behaviors and mindsets that we have to do in order to get the results. Something that I'm a true believer in is that our beliefs inform our attitudes dictate our actions, and our actions are what drive results. It's not just about the things that we believe, we have to put in the work behind it, but it has to be really clear what are the visible actions that are going to lead to this outcome. And that's what we're going to do today. So, I looked at 4th grade data from the past 3 days of up. And one thing that I noticed is that when they were clear on the standard for what execution looked like, within 24 hours, scholars moved 14 percentage points. In 24 hours. They were clear on the standard, they were consistent with their coaching and what they were going after, and also there was follow-through from each teacher. That is the exact cycle that we need to continue. By keeping the easy things easy. Our professional tone, our punctuality, our baseline expectation, those are the easy things. Today things that require more of our thinking and more of our work. But we just need to keep this at a baseline, and we will. So here are some of the things at our current state that are easy, that we need to shift rapidly by Monday. Ms. Thompson, you have the first one. Literal or low rigor questions. When a misconception or error comes up, two things are happening right now. Either there's a whack-a-mole of 3 to 5 high scholars being called on until somebody gets the right answer, or the student's answers just being rounded up by the teacher. Student work is also not consistently receiving feedback in the moment or after class. Turn and talk. What is the impact of these things on our overall academic outcomes? Go ahead. Let's go back there. In some conversations, we start to talk about what the impact would be if we started doing these things, but we have to get clear on what is the impact of us not doing these things. Ms. Nagel, can you share?
So me and Ms. R was talking about the impact of not addressing these things, and we discussed that you're basically creating a gap. The scholars already have a gap, so when you're not addressing the misconception, it's being prolonged, and that leads to teachers not doing a very heavy reteach later when it can be addressed in their own life, doing individualized coaching or maybe workshops.
That's one part of it. That does align to us not meeting 100% of the commitments that we made to scholars and families. The other part is tied to also us as adults in our adult culture. When the basics start to slip, learning time, trust, and credibility also slip. We all work in the same building. We all are working towards the same outcomes, but when these baseline things are not in place, then our adult culture starts to erode. So over the past few Fridays, I've been talking about what does winning every day look like. And I put up some metrics, 85 peer number stories, 100% complete work. But those are just numbers and not exact behaviors. So I want us to get clear on today, what does it mean to be the instructional expert of your space? Take a moment and read through them, then share with the person closest to you which one really resonates and which are you working to improve. Mr. Una, what are the 2 things that we're going to share out?
You're gonna share out which one really resonates with you and then which one you're working to improve.
Thank you. Go ahead. You can shift to your conversations. Alright, back together. Ms. Rivkina.
I think what does partial understanding sound like and how I address it, because sometimes when I'm explaining something, I feel like maybe they may get part of it, and I may assume that they get the whole thing. So it's more diving more into it and kind of going over it and clarifying the, like, part A, part B, whatever it is, and kind of slowing down, like, wait, maybe let me flip it again and see if they get it, they can say it back to me, because if they miss one part, it could kind of trickle down into another part, and then those gaps can create.
In order to do that, you have to be extremely clear on